A trial of new NCEA numeracy and literacy standards has found that when it comes to writing, only a third of Kiwi high school students could pass. The results have sparked fears that some students could grow up to be illiterate. Zane Small has more.
The results are in and it's not looking good.
Incredibly sad of what we're seeing.
New NCEA literacy and numeracy standards are coming in just over a year, but the latest evaluation has found only 56% could pass numeracy, down from 65% in last year's pilot. And only 34% could pass the writing standard, down from 35%. 64% achieved the minimum reading standard, down from 67%.
These are 14, 15-year-olds who are struggling with literacy. They're going to move on further into adulthood. They're going to be adults in our society who some of them will be illiterate.
The opposition is shocked by the results.
They're actually worse than the results from the pilot last year, and you would have expected, given that they've tweaked things, for them actually to be slightly better.
But the government says the purpose of the pilot is to learn what needs to change.
We know that we have to ensure that our young people are getting the skills that they need to survive and thrive, which is why we're having this assessment.
But for the students sitting NCEA in 2024, time is running out. Zane Small, a Newshub.
Cherie Patel, President of the New Zealand Principals Federation, joins me now. Now, Cherie, these results seem pretty dire. What's behind this?
There's a couple of things. We obviously have impact from COVID, from the 3 years that disruption has caused learning programs. We also have a longer term trend that was there before COVID, where we were seeing declines in literacy and numeracy. And in 2017, a program of work was started to try and address some of these issues. Some of the work that's happening is really good work. And this is a small pilot that you are talking about tonight. It's a small pilot, and it was actually designed to find out if the items that were used in the tests were at the right level. It was designed to refine assessment measures and to better understand which areas of teaching and learning that we need to focus on to ensure that we're supporting students as much as we can to get those results up next year.
Right, so as you say, Cherie, a small pilot, but is there a decline here that we need to turn around?
Well, there is a decline, but it has been there for a long time. And when we think about the era of national standards, it was a 9-year era where schools were asked to focus a lot on assessment. At the same time, there wasn't enough support going in to support teachers' professional development. There weren't the resources to support the programs in classrooms. So in actual fact, over the decade that we focused on national standards, the decline continued. To turn that around, what we need to do is to make sure that we have teachers that are, if you like, getting really good professional development, time to work together to work on what it is they need to focus on when they're in the classrooms. And these new tools do actually require testing. For instance, they're creating common assessment activities. Now, when they come through and they are used in classrooms, teachers and students will become more familiar with the types of assessment, if you like, strategies that they're going to need to bring to assessment situations.
And Cherie, as you've mentioned, it's that COVID has slowed down. You know, there's been some delays here in this overhaul, but at the same time, is the government potentially rushing such a huge change?
So people do feel that it is being, not so much rushed, but we've had such a big year. There is so much change in doing this work. There is a call to slow it down. But having said that, it does need to keep moving forward. We don't want to see students continue to decline in their achievement results. So the work needs to happen, the testing needs to happen, the pilots need to happen so that they can get that improvement program in place and better support students and teachers in the work that they're doing.
And just quickly, finally now, Cherie, is this teachers and students going to be ready for when this is rolled out in just over a year?
I know people will be working really hard to have things in place so that the assessment activity, the assessment measures used are fit for purpose. I know that they need them to match the teaching and learning programs that are happening. I know that there are teacher-only days that have been planned so that teachers have the time to work through the issues that have been raised by this pilot and to work on solutions. So certainly we are hoping to see things in place to get those achievement results that we all want.
Cherie Patel, President of the New Zealand Principals Federation, thank you so much for your time.